Hello everyone, welcome to the very first video of Books for Legacy Blueprint email series. So I'm recording this video to let you know that I have said that multiple times actually, that if you are not able to implement what you have learned, you won't be able to get the desired results you are looking for, right? So number first key is that implementation is damn that much important, right? The second thing is that you need to know whether that implementation is going in the right direction or not, right? So to identify that, there are just two ways that you can learn that from someone else, or you need to have that much kind of the understanding that whether whatever I am implementing is actually in a right way, it's going in the right way or not, right? To do that, since I have that much kind of the experience with my struggles, with a lot of ups and downs in my business, right? I got to know about that if you want to track anything in your business, you must understand the KPIs of that specific implementation, right? Whatever you are doing in your business, the KPIs, that means a key performance indicators, are super duper important to understand, right? So when I decided that in 2024 I'm going to read two books every week, and that is going to become a 104 books this year alone, and I want to implement that. So I thought that how I may track this implementation of mine, right? So after doing a little bit research, I found that there is a perfect solution. I can create a beautiful dashboard that helps me to understand each and everything, whatever I am doing with this book reading, right? So what I have done, basically it's completely for free, right? So when you will watch this video completely, you would understand that how I am using that book tracker, how I am reading my numbers inside that book tracker, how you can create your own book tracker, right? Completely for free without any investments. And most importantly, when you watch this video completely, you would be able to get access to the exact book tracker that I have built for myself. And I'm going to give you a link that you can use to simply import the book tracker for your own use case, right? So with that being said, let me share my screen and I'm going to give you the overview first of my book tracker, right? And after that, I'm going to give you the complete implementation steps. It will take around 20 minutes to record it, to create it from scratch, right? And then I'm going to hand over you the exact book tracker completely for free, right? So make sure that you are watching this video in complete silence, right? Go to the business quarantine, right? Remove all the distractions, remove all the noise from your side, right? Make sure that you have enable the do not disturb mode in your mobile devices, because the mobile devices is the biggest ever distraction you are having all the time, right? So with that being said, let's me allow to share my screen and I'm gonna show you that how it works, right? So allow me a couple of seconds. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so now you can see, right now I am inside my Airtable account. So Airtable is basically the only tool that now I am using, right? I have used, let me stop sharing first. So I have used Airtable now, right? And I have, in last 6 months, I have moved everything in the Airtable, right? You will get to know more about in upcoming days why I have moved everything to Airtable. But let me give you the clarity that why I moved to the Airtable is the only reason that it helped me to visualize my numbers, right? I was able to create a very, very beautiful dashboard, which is not possible to create inside ClickUp, Monday.com, Asana, Trello, Notion, whatever it is, right? I have tried all of them, right? I have purchased some through AppSumo also, right? So, but none of them was able to, give me a satisfaction that Airtable has given me, right? So that's why I moved everything of my business into the Airtable, right? Everything with meaning everything, right? So I'm not talking about everything, but let's say say you can see the task management, content creations, KPIs, book tracker. I'm going to talk about my email marketings, my habit trackers, collaborations, group leads, Facebook ads planner, a lot of things that I have moved everything inside the Airtable, right? So I'm not going to talk about that thing, but let's talk about the book tracker first, right? Which is the purpose of this video. So this is the book tracker of mine, and it's loading right now, right? Because I have added all the information here. So you can see like this is the default view of my book tracker, and here you can see I have added 90 books to read this year, right? So I generally don't use the this list view. I always prefer to go with the books and gallery view, because you know that now it shows you a very beautiful way of your books that you're gonna read, right? So once I go through, you can see that it shows a very beautiful the gallery view of the books that you're gonna read, right? And most importantly, you can also customize your cards from here, right? So whatever you would like to view here, you can just enable that and disable everything else, right? But why I am showing you this dashboard is because of the interfaces, right? So interfaces is basically the dashboard, the visual dashboard you can see right now in front of you. So this is the beautiful dashboard that you cannot have in any other application, right? Not ClickUp, not Trello, not Asana, not Monday.com, not Notion, right? You can't create on that this beautiful uh, dashboard, right? So why I am saying that I want to track each and everything that is happening inside my book tracking implementation, just because of this automation, this dashboard, right? I want to understand the view. I want to understand, the you can say the numbers of mine, right? So here we can see that I have added a filter, which is a monthly read. That's so that I can understand that how many books I need to read this month and what's the my reading analysis, and then the books availability, right? And based on the month, so you can see it shows you all the months and years, right? So my reading analysis is basically shows that how many books I'm going to read, right? What's the status of book reading, right? How many is there in my bookshelf, in a digital bookshelf and physical bookshelf in my background, you can see that, right? So the bookshelf, and then to read, that means this much books I have to read. Reading status shows that how many books I am reading, and read status shows that this much books I have completed, right? So books availability shows that how many books I need to purchase. In Kindle shows that how many books are inside my in Kindle account or in Gumroad account, right? How many books are available physically, and how many books are available in ebook format. That means it's a PDF or available inside the Google Doc, right? Then when you scroll down, it shows me that okay, among of these 90 books, so I'm gonna read 40 books completely on sales, right? Then 4 books on productivity, 15 books on self-development, 12 books on psychology, two books on relationships. It's not of the uh, lovebird kind of the relationship, but it's all about the business relationship. It's not about personal relationships, but the business relationships, right? Then 8 books on copywriting and 9 books on paid advertising, right? So this is the chart, and this is the same way of the category. So why I have created this dashboard, the purpose is very simple, that when you create this way, right? Now if you want to maximize your sales, right? So I always focus on maximizing my sales. That's why I want to read more and more books on sales, right? So whatever the problem you are facing in your life, I suggest you to read that kind of the books as much as possible, right? So for example, if you're not getting results with the book reading or something else, you need to understand that what kind of the books you are actually reading, right? So if you are struggling with the productivity, right, but you are reading books around copywriting, it doesn't go, it does not gonna help you at all, right? So that's why this dashboard is going to help you, right? If I'm struggling with the psychology, customer psychology, and I am reading books on paid ads, it's not going to help me out, right? So first I need to read about the customer psychology, right? So why I am adding sales here, the reason is simple. Now I own five different companies, right? And I want to double those sales this year, right? So I want to understand more and more different ways that how I can acquire more and more customers and keep them for a long time period, right? So that's why sales is on my top priority this year, because I want to hit some revenue goals that I have planned for my business, right? So that's why I have added this one here. Okay, so same way it's showing the circular chart inside the active campaign, oh sorry, Airtable, right? So now if you want to see that how much, what is the status of in January book, so when I select January here, the data will get updated, right? So now you can see it shows for January in my bookshelf there are 17 books. I need to read 17 books. So you may be thinking that, Swayam, you said that you want to read two books every week, right? But now it shows 17 books, right? Because even if you're gonna read two books every week, it will become like, the eight books, but it's showing 17, right? So the reason behind this thing is that, all of the books are not the very big books, because I have shortlisted them that what kind of books I need to read, and some books are literally a pocket guide of the things, right? That means it has maximum 50 to 60 page, or in some cases it has maximum of 100 pages, right? So I'm not gonna use waste that much time, and that's why I have added more and more books in that specific month of January, right? So let me share the screen again. That's why it's showing you 17 books, right? So 17 books in my bookshelf, 17 books I need to read. And here we can see it says two books I need to purchase, two books in Kindle, six books in ebook, and five books is physically available in background, right? So 6, 5, 11 to 13 to 15, right? That's why I say that some of them are inside the Gumroad, and I have not included the Gumroad over here, right? So that's why it shows like this. And here you can see in a month of January, 13 books. Among of these 17, 13 books are completely focused on driving sales, right? So that is a purpose. That's why I say that you need to understand your numbers, right? So when I say that, the numbers are very much important thing, this is what I mean, right? So that's why I'm going to track the implementation of my book track using book tracker, right? So now this is how it works, right? I have given you the overview of how I have created the Airtable dashboard and how I'm using that. But now let me show you that how you can create it for yourselves, right? It's going to take 20 minutes. So let's get started from here, right? So I'm going to come back to my data and I'm going to open the new Airtable, right? So go to airtable.com, and from here, now I'm going to create the complete new book tracker for you guys, okay? So that you can understand that actually how Airtable works and how you can use that for your business, right? So taking a little bit time to load. So these are the workspaces basically where you manage all your work. So we are moving one by one and everything. So what you need to do is once you are inside your Airtable account, you need to click on create base and you will be inside your Airtable account, right? So I always begin with remove the uh, basic data inside the Airtable. So I'm going to make it read book tracker icon, gonna add the books, right? I'm going to change the color to green, right? And I always begin with removing the default fields over here. So I'm going to delete that and delete this too, right? And rename this table list of my book shelf, right? I'm going to name it bookshelf. So here it says it's a name. Okay, so it says I actually, okay, yeah. So it says name, so I'm going to make it a book name, right? Save. And from here, now you can see that I'm going to show you that how, what are the different things I am tracking, right? So the very first column, book name, and then I'm going to include the author name, or simply author, and I'm going to use a single select from here. Add some default option like Russell, Brinson, Peng, June, Emmy, Porter, Field, right? So include the data of the authors, right? And then image. So image is not the author image. Image is all about the book image, right? Then I would like to add the category. Category, that means a category of the books, right? So for example, I'm going to click on the single select, and here I'm going to add the category sales, copywriting, psychology, uh, paid ads, right? Relationships. Okay, and then I'm gonna add the yeah, self development and productivity, right? So I'm gonna change the colors a little bit because I want to change it. I don't like the, add the relatable colors that will help you allow to understand that how it works, right? So productivity, perfect, right? So once you have added the category, now the next thing is that you need to include the book availability status, right? And here you need to add, okay, to purchase in Kindle plus Gumroad, right, in ebook format, right, and then physically available, right, to purchase in Kindle plus Gumroad in ebook. So you can include wherever you store your books, right? So I use these four parameters to understand this. So I'm going to create that book and reading status, right? So from here I'm going to add the reading status, and I'm going to add to read, reading, and read, right? So to read blue, reading yellow, and read, that means green, right? So reading status, book availability status, and reading status, right? So now the next thing I would like to add is quotes, right? I always use the long text because it will help me to include whatever I have to include from the book reading inside this, uh, the in different quotations from the book inside this Airtable dashboard, right? And then the takeaways, obviously I would like to make headings, bullet lines. That's why I'm enabling the rich text editor, right? Then the next thing is upsell offer. So I always wanted to, since I'm reading all about the sales, my goal is that to double my revenue. So that's why I wanted to understand that all of these authors, what they are actually selling through their books, right? So that is why I have added that what are the different upsell offers they have inside the books, right? So I can use that, I can model that, right? Then the remaining three things, which is book purchase link, and I would like to make it URL so that I don't enter the random data here by mistake. So book purchase, and then month, right? So month, I'm gonna add over here January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December, right? And then the very last thing is year, right? So I'm gonna read the books from for next 5 years. So that is why 2024, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So now, perfect. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna feed the data, the demo data I am adding over here, right? So for example, book name is uh, Traffic Secrets, author Russell Brunson. The category is all about sales. Book availability status is physically available. Reading status, I have read that book. Just for example, I'm going to give you here. Right, book purchase link is trafficsecrets.com, and month is January and year is 2024. Right, the next book is the content multiplier. Author is Peng Jun, and here is the sales. So it's all about the copywriting. Then it's physically available. Content market. Okay, so no, it's available in my ebook format, right? Reading status. I have read that. Then I don't remember the link, so simply I'm gonna enter the obviously, but I won't recommend that you do that way. I'm just showing you the example. That's why I'm doing this way, but make sure that you are adding the real link over here, right? And then uh, the third book. Okay, so for example, I just want to add the third book. All right, Amy Porterfield, and Amy Porterfield is all about the copywriting. So click over here. Not all about the copywriting, but building a business. So let's move it to, let's say, building relationships, right? So book availability status, to purchase and to read. And here I'm gonna add a some demo link, amyporterfield.com, January and 2024. Let's make it just to help you understand that how it shows inside the uh, dashboard. I'm gonna put some different entries over here, right? So once you are done with that, and you need to add the images over here, so let me grab the quick images quickly. Traffic secrets. So go to the images, right? So I'm gonna click on save images. Images will get saved. Right, then content multiplier. Save images as, because I know that that's why it's a save images. And then I'm gonna write Amy Porter Field. Right, so let's say it's her book, so I'm gonna simply click on save. Right, clicked on save, and now come back to the demo book tracker. And here what you need to do is you don't need to even open that, so you can simply drag and drop the images over here, right? And Airtable will include all those images in that data field, right? And then the last one. Okay, so this is what you need to do is, as soon as you are getting to know about any other book, you can add that specific book in this book tracker. And then I'm going to create a gallery view. Okay, then I'm going to make it books gallery. So what I'm going to do is, when I set up the books gallery, so now you can see it shows you a book gallery, right? So I always include that reading status and availability status, right? I don't want to include the images over here, and that's it, right? So this is how it shows you the gallery view, right? Books gallery. And you can add the another view also, right? The Kanban like style. So you can say like grid view, grids, right? So simply click on that, and it's gonna include the, I'm gonna make a create by the reading status, right? So now you can see it's showing you the books, which is all about to read, reading, and red status, right? So now with that being said, let's now create a very beautiful dashboard. Okay, so to create a dashboard, go to interfaces, click on that. Now click on start building, click on build an interface, and from here simply name it books reading stats and copy that, right? So once you're done with that, since it's a status, that's why I would like to change the icon. Change the icon, click the next, and click on dashboard over here. Once you click on the dashboard, click on next. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Then yeah, click on dashboard, go to next, and then it shows you my bookshelf, right? And click on next. So it's gonna give you a demo view of uh your dashboard, right? So now what I need to do here is I'm gonna name it book reading states, then click on finish, and it's gonna give you a demo view of your dashboard, right? So now what we need to do is we need to edit that, right? So I'm gonna click on that and I'm gonna add the filter over here. Click on conditions and make it like uh month, because I would like to add that as a filter, right? And then the another condition will be a year, right? So that is the two conditions I would like to add, and I would like to remove the my bookshelf from here, right? So once you are done with that, the next thing is this graphs. So once you click on that, it shows you all the records, and I would like to make it based on the category. So now you can see one book is on sales, one book is on copywriting, one book is on relationship. So similarly, you can make any other view over here, but I love to have as a uh, category base always, right? So the different views, and to change the view of this one, I use the donut view, right? And I always use the Airtable view for this graphs, right? So now the main thing is now we need to add this one. So first I'm going to decrease the size of these numbers so I can add the books availability and books reading stats, right? So once I have added that, I would like to simply go through and copy the content to save the time. Now from here, I'm going to just copy that. It includes my reading analysis. So I'm going to copy that, come over here, click on the add elements, and then click on text. So once I click on the text, I'm just going to simply click over here, right? And simply paste it here, my reading analysis. Sorry, my reading analysis. Then I'm going to duplicate it and drag it here, right? And the next thing is books availability. So I'm going to copy that, click over here, and simply duplicate that, right? So it shows me now the books availability. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to add display the number over here. So my reading analysis, so I'm going to click on that, and on the right hand side, very firstly I'm going to make it the name change that to, okay, my book shelf, right? And I can change the colors over here, but I will be stay with the green for now. And then I'm gonna include the it gonna click on all records, right? So it's gonna show you all the books you have inside your bookshelf. Okay, then I'm gonna click on the another option, which is the book status. So I'm gonna make it to read and change the color from here, right? Go to the data and then click on the specific records, and here I must change the filter, add the filter basically. So I'm gonna click on reading status is to read, right? And it shows you there is a one book that you need to read, right? Then I'm gonna duplicate it, and from here I would like to change the color first. So I'm gonna make it light yellow, and here I'm gonna say reading. Right now obviously we need to change the filter, so I'm going to click on edit record and make it from to read to reading. Again, duplicate that, and from here I just want to make sure that it's the status of book that I have completed. So I'm going to make it red and scroll down, add the filters, and include the book status as read. Right? So now it shows you that one book I need to read, two books I have completed, and there are total three books inside my bookshelf. Okay. So the very next thing is that I need to enable the books availability, right? So here we don't go with the all records because it's not showing the all records, but it's all about the books availability. So I'm going to click on specific records, and then I'm going to add the filters. Books availability status is to purchase, right? So it shows me the books I need to purchase, right? To purchase. Okay. Now from here, I would like to include the books in Kindle, in, sorry, in Kindle and Gumroad. In Kindle and Gumroad. Right now, go to the data and then click on specific records. Again, from here, select the book availability status is in Kindle plus Gumroad. Right? Then duplicate that. Again, we need to change the data from here. And this time, I would like to include in ebook format and change the appearance from here and mention here in ebook. Right? And then once again, lastly, duplicate that, and from your in-book, I would like to change it that it's physically available. So it shows physically available, right? And once again, I'm going to change the title, physically available, and simply change the color, right? And so now you can see what we have done here. We have added the filter, which is a month and year. We have added my reading analysis. We have added the books availability, right? We have added that. So now the most important thing, it's showing me all the numbers and it shows me the category view of all the things, right? And then once I'm done with this, I'm going to click on simply click publish, right? So now what is going to happen, I'm going to show you that how it's working, right? So for example, we're going to change the data now. For example, let's say I'm going to make it January, and now it shows you only one bookshelf, one available in bookshelf, and one I need to read, and the status of that book was it was physically available, right? So once I'm going to click on February, it shows that there is a one ebook, one read. So you are you understanding that this is the way that it helps you to track the numbers of your book reading analysis, right? So what happens, to go back, simply click on this name and click on view data. So once you click on the view data, and let's say you got to know about any other book, so you simply need to add your book here. For example, this is my book, this is the book I am writing, so cash your skill, and I just want to add from the Swayam Dhawan. And this book is all about the sales, and it's to purchase and to read. So this is the way that, and this book is gonna release on February and then 2024, right? So swayamdhawan.com, right? So now what happens when you go to the interfaces, you will find a new analytics over there, right? So the bookshelf is for to read status is different, to purchase status is different. And once you go to the February, you will find that two books are there and you need to purchase one book. So one is on sales, one is on copywriting, right? Even you can change these two if you want, right? But I don't like to have any other thing except these things, that what are the different categories I am reading, right? So with that being said, this is how you can create your own book tracker, right? So now you want to have it, right? So watch out that to get access to this specific book tracker, what you need to do is you need to click on the link that is visible in the screen now, right? It's swayamdhawan.com/book tracker, right? Once you click on that, you need to simply fill out your details, your email, phone number, and name. And once you hit submit, in the very next step, you will get access to the link that you can use to import the exact book tracker in your Airtable account. Also, if you don't use Airtable so far, you can sign up for, there is a link in the description down below, right? You can use that, and with that you would be able to create a free account in your of your Airtable, right? And it's completely for free to manage your book tracker, to do all these things. You don't need to have a paid version of the Airtable account, right? So I suggest please follow my link to sign up for the Airtable and use this book tracker to follow me on this journey of books for legacy blueprint, right? So thank you so much for watching this video so far. I really appreciate that you have taken an action and you are following me with my journey. And obviously that is going to help you a lot. And in the upcoming days, I'm going to give you a lot of resources completely for free that is going to help you out to understand that how you actually implement what you are learning, right? So this it's all about today's video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to drop me a review on my email or wherever you have got access to this video, right? So I really appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to provide more value to you and connect with you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.